Back out here today on the future part 3 paddock, getting things organised and in place. Going to start pulling some more stuff out of here so we can clean up in that area just there. Got some stumps to pull out down the bottom of the paddock, possibly some little trees as well. We're going to rip out, get rid of this concrete over here. Brother-in-law's helping to get rid of this fencing today, and we're going to talk about irrigation, construction of green today a little bit, and sort of where I'm going to decide to go. I want you guys to comment down below what you think once we get to talking about that. So let's get straight into it. The dodgy brothers. I reckon that'll work well. All right. Looking for WHS, OHS. It's come to the wrong place. I got Taylor helping me out second, my little brother.
Is this thing still going?
He's one of the greenkeepers on the golf course, which is funny. My other brother's, my twin brother works on the golf course, and so do I. Gonna pull this out. As I said, pull a stump out down the bottom there, then Taylor's gonna mow this for me while I'm pulling the stump out. Just try to get as much done as we can before the rain pops in tomorrow. Clear. So this is the tree stump here. I'll be interested to see if we can get this out. with the excavator. While I'm doing this, Taylor is going to be mowing the paddock, so I'll have that filming while I'm doing that. See how we go. Handy having a hand though, I tell you what. Be good when I start doing some construction to have someone help as well, so I'll have to scab your Taylor sometimes. Anyway, let's give it a go. Well, I got it out. How good is that? Just had to get all the roots out from around it and then just flipped it out. Man, that is massive. That pick, man, that little pick is just handy for so many things, honestly. I use it for so much stuff, like even like moving those fences and stuff. It's just super duper handy. Look at that. That is a big boy. That is massive. Cracker of a hole. Now I'll get that in the back of, I don't know. Actually don't know, might get it on the back of the, probably not even the gator, to be honest. I'll get it to the paddock somehow. I'll figure it out. Might just drag it with the tractor. Pretty pointless to drive that far, I know. But I'm doing the whippies on the edge here, on all these edges, because they're quite overgrown. Obviously the mower's not going to hit there, so I want to do that now. And I give it a lick of glyphosate later, just to stop that growing back through again. I want to get this done before the rain kicks in, because we've got a week of rain. It's actually starting to sprinkle now. No, don't you dare. See what happens. This paddock here though, looks so much better after Taylor ripped over with the mower. Thanks Tay for doing that. Seriously, like how much tidier does that look? Start to get more of a visual representation of what it's going to look like in future. This hill here looks so much better after around the zero turn down there. Look at that. That is tidy. So tidy. A few golf balls in there. But yeah, no, it's all happening. So let's get this whippersnipping done along the edges before this rain kicks in. We'll see how far we get. Hopefully we get it done, man. Just want to get everything done before this week of rain. The rain is a big problem at the moment, especially with getting organised for construction, which I'm going to talk about construction in a minute. And I want you guys to comment about what you think as well, what you want to see, but because there's a bit of, obviously, it's going to cost a lot of money and I've got to look at the options the right way, but let's do this whippersnipping and see what we get done. Right, so it's easier to walk for me from right to left because this thing spins counterclockwise. So I'm actually going to go down the bottom of the paddock there and come back up to the top just to make it easier. Well, we're at a 2-stroke. I've got none left at all, so that is that for the day. Oh, man, I'm so close to finishing too. I only bought that 5-litre container, like dead set. Wouldn't have even been a month ago. I've been doing that much whippersnipping with this thing. It's the still pre-mixed stuff. The only reason I'm doing that is so this thing keeps its warranty. Which is fine, I just got to go buy some more, that's the thing. But yeah. Looks so much better doing that, a lot better. Let's just put this whippy away and I want to talk to you guys quickly before we wrap the video up about plans with the green, fairway, tees, irrigation, everything. We're going to talk about it now. So I want to run you guys through a bit of a timeline and plans I've got in place for getting this par 3 done, constructed, getting irrigation done, fairway sorted out, green sorted out, tee boxes sorted out, lots of jobs to go on, and I'm one person doing it, so it's going to take a little bit longer than some people might think. Could take a season, could take 2 seasons. We'll focus on it bit by bit. Now, what I want to talk about first is irrigation. So as you can imagine, for this area here, we're going to need quite a bit of irrigation to the fairway. I'll flick up what our plans are on the screen. Got the fairway, which is, in all honesty, that fairway size is close to ½ an acre. It is massive, so we might shrink that down. We'll talk about that in a minute though. We've also got the green, the tees. It's a lot of stuff. And these are golf course sprinkler heads as well, so a little bit more expensive. We're gonna run pipe from the bore, gotta put pumps in up at the tanks, gotta do controllers, so you're gonna wanna run wires, gotta do a lot of things. So cost-wise, it's going to be quite expensive, up towards 30 grand. Now, I'm obviously trying to sort out sponsors for this at the moment. The guys at Reese Irrigation have done a plan up for me. So Reese Plumbing, they actually do irrigation, if you guys didn't know, which I didn't know until they reached out. So they've got a parts list together for me, but now we're just trying to sort out sponsorship, obviously, with companies that want to get on board, because 30 grand is a big hit, as you can imagine. And honestly, I can't afford 30 grand at the moment, especially when we've got to look at getting turf, seed, sand and soil and gravel and stuff for the green. But yeah, the irrigation is getting sorted, just trying to sort out sponsors at the moment. As soon as that's all brushed out and we've got it down to a price that either I can afford or we get some sponsors involved, it'll be all systems go. I mean, if I have to pay a big chunk of money, so be it. We've got to do it to get this thing going, but you got to have the money too to do these sorts of things. But yeah, that's what's going on with the irrigation. Now, I should be hearing back about that and sponsorships and everything within the next couple of days. So you guys will hear something about that in the next week's video or the week after, but that's the plans with that. But let's talk about the green. So this is where the green's going to be, just here, sort of L-shaped around the dam, as you can see on the photo that's flicked up here. Now, it's a decent sized green, and I really want to make this size green for the sake of play, for the sake of videos, for the sake of showing different practices, a lot of different things here and there. It's going to be really fun once we get it done. But as you can imagine, material for this is also going to cost an arm and a leg, so we're probably looking up towards 30 grand, if not more. If you start thinking about getting sand per ton, like you're looking at least $100 per ton, we might need to cut in about approximately 60 to 70 ton. I haven't really done the figures yet, could be up to 100, but it's in that ballpark. Like, it's a lot of material to get in here, because obviously for your grower medium, you want to be looking at about 300 mil in depth if you want to do it like USGA specs, and then you're looking at 100 mil of depth in your gravel as well, which is going to help out with that drainage and everything. Plus we'll put some ag drains in there with some herringbone. We'll go nuts with it. I'll explain that more in future, but again, 500 square meters, then you're going to put that 100 mil in, like you're looking again at like, I don't know, it's like, what's that, like 45 to 50 cube? I don't know. That's just guesstimations in made at the moment, but it's a lot, which again costs an arm and a leg. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I'm considering not going that option because it's hard to get sponsors for sand and soil. That's just, and it's a lot of money. And so I'm considering doing something like a push-up green, still doing drainage and putting some gravel down. We won't go super thick with it. And then basically bringing in some cheaper material, whether it be something from on this property mixed in with a bit of sand or something, or going along those lines just to save on cost. And I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit more relevant and relatable to you guys if you want to build your own green as well, instead of having to purchase all this material. And in future, we'll do a proper USGA spec green when I've got a bit more money, and when we can probably do a smaller green as well, which isn't going to cost as much. Like on the pitch and putt area, just over here, we could do like a little 10 square meter green. Like, we don't have to go nuts with it, and just show you guys the process there. But yeah, it's just making decisions at the moment so we can get projects started instead of waiting for funds and waiting for things to kick off. If anyone wants to help sponsor out or have any sponsors that they know of or someone that can help out, flick me an email to my wife's email actually, which she does the business inquiries, emma@lawntips.net. But I'm not standing here asking for big freebies and shout outs. It's just, yeah, if someone wants to help out, they can. So that's the plan with the green. And then obviously tee boxes, we're just going to do push-up tee boxes, which means we'll just use existing soil around here, lay turf, put seed down, really depends. And the last thing is going to be our fairway, which is going to be around here. As I said, what I've got in the plan is looking at to be about ½ an acre, so 2,000 square meters, so it's pretty dang big. So we might decide to shrink that down a little bit, because turf-wise, as you can imagine, that sized area is going to be a lot of turf. Going to cost a lot of money. I'm in chats with a few turf companies at the moment, or one turf company at the moment, Lawn Solutions, to see what we can do with TIF-Tuff. But as you can imagine, those guys have had floods, a lot of the turf farms, so they don't have a lot of stock. So there's also issues with all that sort of thing. So we might look at sprigging. We might look at putting seed down. I mean, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see me do seed, or do you want to see turf? Like, seed would probably be a good little project on that sized area. We could look at hydroseeding it, we could just seed it, put some mulch down, we could do a couple of different things. We'll have the water to do it, and the sprinklers in there, so it is possible to do that. So, I mean, you guys comment down below what you want to see and how you want to see it, and comment down below what you want to see with the green as well. But I mean, I'm leaning towards doing the cheaper option, because it's just gonna be hard to get that much material in, to be honest. At the moment, maybe in future, things will change, but hey. Yeah, I think that's about it. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Really excited that things are starting to get done. We're starting to move along on this property, looking really tidy now. Like, I'm super stoked with how this looks. Starting to feel more like I'm just getting on top of it. You know what I mean? We're starting to get things done, which is really, really exciting. Thanks guys so much for watching. Appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Keep an eye out for any new videos that are coming out. Applying my barricade and my Cellpren next week, so you'll see a video on that soon. But yeah, appreciate you. See you soon.